Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. On tonight's Veteran Salute, we meet a local veteran who served during the Vietnam War, but did so inside the Pentagon.
KSN's Mike Mahoney introduces us to Navy veteran Susan Gregg.
Navy veteran and Augusta resident Sue Gregg says after wrapping up junior college, she was ready for a new adventure and felt a calling to the Navy.
You know, I think the Lord directed me there because He's directed my whole life, and so I think that's part of was His plan, I think.
Sue enlisted in 1968 during the Vietnam War and was sent to our nation's capital after basic training to work in the Pentagon.
By the time I got to Washington, D.C., there were protests and things were a little rough there, and the mall was a mess with the way the protesters tore it up and muddy, and so that's one of the first things I saw when I got there.
Inside the Pentagon, Sue enjoyed her job doing administrative and clerical duties as a Navy yeoman and was thankful she didn't experience the extreme sexism that many of her fellow female service members did.
All the folks that I work with, the Army, Navy, Air Force, very respectful. And, you know, when you get called ma'am, you know that they're really treating you right.
Working in the Pentagon also meant that Sue came into contact with many titans of the military.
One Sunday, General Westmoreland came in and sat down behind me, and all I could think about was what a weight he had on his shoulders.
Sue ended up meeting her husband at the Pentagon, and after 4 years, they got out and went off to Arkansas City to start a family. That's where Sue spent the next 4 decades until finding a nice retirement community in Augusta and a passion for working with the Kansas Honor Flight.
Veterans organizations like the Honor Flight are one of my things that I really enjoy doing, and those people that organize that are incredible and friendly, and they get the job done, and I really like do that volunteer work too.
And Sue also says the Honor Flight is in need of volunteers, and she would love for you to get involved if you are as passionate about honoring veterans as she is. Here for you, Mike Mahoney, KSN News 3.
On behalf of Devon James Injury Lawyers, we are honored to recognize this week's veteran, Sue Gregg, who served our great country in the Navy. Sue, thank you for your service, and we are honored to present you the check for $500.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed my time in the Navy.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.